Take it easy. Rap cheesy take it. Kiki wangena rap cheesy wavumbuke phethi fosholo nebig. Angisabambeki angisana amabriki. Ngiyathulakala mangqala ngespeed. Shout out sikhonkothizish. Ngilolu hlanyo lunama visits. Kiki wangena rap cheesy wavumbuke phethi fosholo nebig. Angisabambeki angisana amabriki. Ngiyathulakala mangqala ngespeed. Shout out sikhonkothizish. Ngilolu hlanyo lunama visits. Kiki wangena rap cheesy wavumbuke phethi fosholo nebig. Angisabambeki angisana amabriki. Angisabambeki angisana amabriki. Mission esigaba sebisi noni becutha amaphiki Zulu ngisinelebeleni ngasikafulele phepheni saba ngundaba mlonyeni ngifunga ubabelele thuneni just to show irap ngiyayazi yikho ngithi ngihlobo njengani ukuze ngikwazi ukuntshela ivathi so namhlanje ngiphalasa ngani manje ngikhipha ngana amabhada ngimenshina igama likabani style aseni bafetha singichaze ngisounda ngathi indaba zikamgaba sengingamane ningibulale ningipheke noma ningcwabe ningisonde noma ningithande ngiyathemba nangizoma ngikhafula kanje kade nilokhu ningithathela phansi makufa thina yokuchitheka igazi yoqhubuka izulu kudume nonyazi funga uzumoya kuphephuka ijazi fika inkanyamba kokuqasha abangasi ngisikhohla amanxeba ngoluka amakhepha futhi abalosi beshaya amakhwela hlangizinto zingesiphiwo semvelo letha amaheda besalevya amanxeba ngoluka amakhepha futhi abalosi beshaya amakhwela hlangizinto zingesiphiwo semvelo letha amaheda besale behleba bephuma bengena bengalahli ithemba beguqa bencenga bekade begxeka yimuraf jiza bakaze bakutshela leli bhemane la kwi-BTS leflonya nedizi ngikhaphulisa snacks ngathi le stima seshendela pho.
Okay. You watch porn, right? Be honest. Yeah. And then you watch it, but you've watched it before. But you've watched it before.
Yeah.
King, you push a whole shebele porn.
Detail.
Detail it's on.
So it's on.
So it's on. Boo was come shy.
Hey.
Detail it's all it's on.
So it's
on. So have a sex.
Yeah.
What's happening for boo?
Ish.
Okay, so it's on.
Yeah.
You have to educate. Sakadi style it's a sexy. And does it improve your marking?
Feelings.
No, I mean your the way actually how does it improve? Like how when you have sex, do you see improvements? How one improvement? So it's a waste of time. It's a waste of precious time.
Yeah.
Ask you if I made you uncomfortable. Doesn't it increase your expectations when you have sex with partner? Like, don't you expect her to do certain things in certain ways? Please explain that.
Increase.
In what way?
It's a interesting art.
Wow. But what's that TV? What's that Lincoln? But we should this show and they'll but we're confused. But last year when you just say that you just want to
be because of one because Tyler.
Do you think for the Thailand and India feel uncomfortable? Does it make you feel better afterwards? Like, oh, all these things.
Yo,
So you would say it does improve, like the sex life and how you see an improvement. Your sex life, probably improvement you enjoy it more than
some
you
other ways. Sharp. Thank you.
Uzamabali marepresent gold Uze etfalo rachizi ingozi Kwazokuhlukanisa umaskito nodos Spendikiti ngeziphithi let impivility Ngithi ziphithi ngikhafulisa iqini Sobo zelifeki ngiphenduka izimzimi La ngifika khona bang.
So Samantha, in your own opinion, do you think as girls we actually lower our own self-worth?
Yeah, we do as girls.
In what way?
In a way which any girl could do anything to be in a standard that we girls live fancy things. So that's the advantage of men. because they know that we love things and we always want to be slave queens.
Okay.
So it becomes a problem there.
So I'm a slave queens. What I'm getting now is that you think slave queens actually giving girls a bad name, because now it comes across as if Banyana would do anything to actually maintain their lifestyles. Is that what you're saying? Pornography.
Pornography. Pornography is when someone takes a tape of porn.
What is porn?
Porn is a sexual.
You're on the right track.
It's a sexual. What is it called? Sexual.
Like a video of people having sex. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That is porn.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? So everyone has access to porn. Like you, only Android, only smartphone, you can access porn. Do you think it's actually? What do you think? Now anyone can access porn. Like even the smallest kid, Mokasi, can get an Android and then they can have access to porn. What's your take on that?
My take it's not right for me because even a child can enter to the internet. I can go internet and watch porn.
So you think it has a bad effect on our youth?
Our youth is.
In what way?
You know, as we are youth, you wanna try that something. You want to experience what is it like. Yeah, so.
Do you think in a way it also increases the number of our youth having sex and unwanted pregnancies as well, sexually transmitted diseases?
Because when you try, I get it when you want to experiment something. It like I'm getting it's a stage more when ninja we pass through. When you wanna do something, you just wanna do it and not thinking the consequences of it.
Yeah, you just wanna get into it. Okay. No, thank you. Okay, let me take some more of your time. Social media. You're on social media, right? Like Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, all these. So, internet dating. You meet someone on the side. What do you think about this whole thing at internet dating, meeting people online and finding in the end getting into a relationship online? What's your take on that?
Now for me it's not right. It's very dangerous because as I am a girl who's 15, I can go to internet dating only to find out that the person say he's maybe 18, I might say, but only to find out that person is maybe 50.
Way older than that, and a different person as well. So you think that it's very dangerous? Do you think it's dangerous like all the time, or like a certain percentage of the time?
Sort of percentage, because as girls, as teenagers, really the teenager, we've got that thing. Or when I can see life, it's somehow you want to impress people. It's like that, so it's very dangerous.
So some of these things really impress. Okay. Now thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sharp, ne?
Langfika khona bangibekele iscript I'm the terminator the rising machine lempanga zofela dustin makhatha gijima egazini ngakho ngikafula poison in my kin ngize ngakhohlwa ngidabuke emnambisi player hater see you later dedicate on the regular to the case ngumpetha nawe Adam ngakuthathela
Slave queens are these girls. They live very expensive lives, but they can't maintain their own lifestyles. Like they have men paying for everything. Their phones, their hair, their nails, everything.
Yeah, but I think it's wrong for them to do that, considering the fact that nowadays where we are living, there's a lot of diseases. You understand? You can end up being affected with HIV or having unprotected sex with these old men. Obviously, they'll be doing it out of money, out of them getting money and all kinds of stuff. At the end of the day, I don't think it's a good idea for them to go after money. It would be better for them to empower themselves through doing something different that will make them earn whatever they need, so that they will be able to sustain themselves than to rely on men or these so-called rich men to assist them with money. Then at the end of the day, they sleep with them, and then they end up conducting ST diseases, this HIV and AIDS. So I don't think it's right for the girls to do that.
So what I'm getting is, you do agree that girls are actually lowering their own self-esteem by doing all these things?
Yes, I do agree. It's happening, and the worst part is that some of them, they are starting at a very young age. The school going age, whereby maybe the age of 14, 15, because they are learning from the sisters. They can see the sister wearing these expensive, wearing these expensive clothes.
They
and then
want
they think
to be a part of it.
Part of it, and then they think that's the way to go, instead of them concentrating on the education side of that, so that they can learn and then bring themselves and make a difference in their lives.
Exactly, and for actually going to school, getting something, getting educated, and actually being able to maintain such lifestyles
Like that,
themselves,
exactly.
instead of depending on other people. Men as
So
well.
because it has to do with I think the other thing that we have to also look into it has to do with the parents. Is the father and the mother playing a real parental role in upbringing the kid? Because obviously the other problem that affects especially the youth is that some of them, they are growing up without a father or a mother, or single parents. So at the end of the day, it does affect, because there's no a joint parental role to play a role in the child's life. Talking in terms of giving a good advice, so that she can be able to do the right thing.
Don't you think that sometimes it's not really the parents' fault? Maybe, some people come from like a parent-led household, a home led by one parent, like be it the mother or the father.
Yes, I do.
And then some of them really turn out to be good people, like they grew up to be independent, strong people. And then some they come from very like homes with very strict parents, and then they go out there, they get influenced by their
peer
friends.
pressure, exactly, yes.
Sometimes it's not really the parents.
Yes, I wouldn't really blame the parents. Obviously, like what you are saying, I agree with you that sometimes it has to do with you, a person, as a person, what you want in life, what you really want in life. Because obviously, we always have dreams, and you have good things that we aspire, that at least if I reach a certain level, I want to be somebody else. I want to do something that will make, the most important thing is something that you do that will make a difference in your life, that you will live the life that you really wanted to live. Talking in terms of when you're going to school, obviously we've got dreams that when I grow up, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a teacher, we want to be something. So you have to.
I want to be a presenter.
I want
obviously.
to be an actress. So it has to do with what you aspire. What are your visions?
Yeah.
What exactly do you want? You as a human being, you as a person.
Back to pornography. Yeah, I asked you a bit earlier.
Yes.
So yeah, what is pornography?
To me, to define pornography, there's a lot of definition that I would bring up, talking in terms of pornography.
Give us a few, please. Maybe.
Pornography, to me, I would say it has to do with this the explicit exposure between a male and a female. Having same sex and having sexual intercourse. That's how I might define it in that way.
Okay, so what effect do you think it has on our youth?
Pornography, obviously, it does have a big effect on our youth. To talk in terms of, you can see, especially these school-going children. Nowadays, they've got the access to have cell phones, whereby they take those cell phones to school. As much as they take those cell phones to school, when they arrive at school, instead of them concentrating on their studies, they're busy on their phones. These YouTubes, they're downloading these videos. At the end of the day, they end up downloading wrong videos, of which the wrong videos that they're downloading, obviously it has to do with their pornography videos, and then at the end of the day, they want to practice what they're seeing on those videos. Then it causes.
Can I just ask you this one question? What age do you think is like the right age for anyone to start having sex? Because let's be realistic. Yes. No one waits for marriage now.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's just be realistic. Let's put no sex before marriage aside. What age do you think is about age appropriate? What is the appropriate age to actually start having sex?
I think according to my parents, how I grew up, I would say it has to start from the age of 18, obviously.
18, okay.
But obviously, they wouldn't. according to my parents, they were not encouraging me, obviously, to start having sex at the age of 18, but they were saying that no sex before marriage. I have to marry the girl.
They were just being realistic.
Exactly.
What's
But
not
obviously,
happening.
I can't really define what type of age you can start to have sex because
But now,
it's a very difficult question
exactly.
to
But
answer.
now we have a child in grade 8 falling pregnant. You know, so it's obvious that people like our youth now, they start having sex at a very tender age. You see.
Yes.
So do you think that pornography is actually has an influence on this as well?
Yes, it does, because like I was saying that earlier on, that they are accessing pornography through the cell phones that they have. The parents, they give them the phones to go to school so that they can communicate, instead of them using the cell phones to communicate with their parents. Let's say in case of emergency or something happens, they are not doing that. Instead, they are using the cell phones they're using the cell phones to access pornography. At the end of the day, when they access that pornography, then they end up want to practice. You know, they've got this young mindset. So as much as they want to start to practice, they are practicing it in a way that I would say in a very dangerous way. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but I would say it's a dangerous way. Why I'm saying it's a dangerous way, the reason being, some of them, you can see pornography how it is. There's a lot of things that I'm afraid I can't answer you. I can't explain to them about it, but
it is okay. You don't have to
exactly.
explain.
So
You
I'm
don't
afraid
have
I
to
can't
explain what
explain to
happened.
them about it, but it does obviously an effect on the youth. So I don't think pornography is right for the kids, for the youth or for the kids. It's totally wrong.
Do you think it also creates expectations, like when you go and have sexual intercourse? Do you think now you want your
Yes.
partner to do exactly what you saw in the
Yes,
video?
it does. It does create those expectations. That is why I'm saying that as much as it creates that expectations, then that is where the problem comes. Because sometimes if they create those expectations, you end up having unprotected sex, of which as you understand, there's HIV and AIDS nowadays. So
And unwanted pregnancies.
and unwanted pregnancies. So when we're gonna have that unprotected sex, then obviously there are high chances of getting infected, because you never know your boyfriend what he's doing behind your back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're gonna just want to imitate what you saw on that pornograph, and then you do it with your partner. Then you don't really actually understand that maybe your partner was or your partner is sick or
Yeah,
you know that
because some
disease.
people don't disclose their status.
Exactly. So I think it's a bit of a problem.
So what the people that get really addicted to, like, pornography is like a drug. It's to some people it's like a drug, and people get addicted. Like, what leads a person to that point where they're addicted to watching pornography?
You know, the reason why people they get addicted, because as much as you are accessing those videos, accessing that pornography, watching those videos, you get into a feeling where you say to yourself that what, I want to do this, I want to do this. So from that mindset of just telling yourself that I want to do this, then you end up getting, you keep watching, and then you end up getting addicted. And some of the things that you watch, and then you also want to imitate them with your partner or your girlfriend.
And you're putting
So much pressure on yourself.
in a very uncomfortable position.
And then so you're gonna put so much pressure on yourself. Then at the end of the day, you can end up also practicing. If you fail to get a partner, then you can end up, let's say from a male point of view, end up masturbating, and then which is not right. But at least obviously you are trying to protect yourself, but you end up also masturbating. So I don't think accessing pornography is the right way to.
And what's your view on masturbating? What's up with that? Does it? Do you think it's healthy? Is it healthy?
To me, I'll
Why are you ignoring me?
I might say I haven't practiced it, I have to be honest, but I'll just say from what I heard from the people who does that, I think I might say to them they say it's health because they are doing it by themselves without imitating with their partner.
Don't you think that pornography and masturbating and all these things actually lead to rape?
They do. They actually do lead to rape. Like I'm saying that the more you're gonna access pornography, the more you're gonna start to develop those feelings.
Because now you want to
do it.
Woman now.
Exactly, and then you feel maybe that particular moment in time you are unemployed, because you must understand nowadays it's very difficult to just get a girlfriend whilst you're unemployed, because they need those girlfriends.
We don't want financials. We
do,
don't
because
want
at the end of the
people
day,
to
nowadays
support us
when we don't
financially.
have.
Let me clear this, man. Not every girl entrepreneur wants to be supported financially, okay?
I understand, but obviously you as a man from your own pride, you need to be there for your girlfriend, isn't it? You need to be there for your partner.
But you'll find a girl like me.
Yes.
I'm dependent on my dad. I'm not gonna depend on you. I won't expect you to do these things. We exist, okay? Back to rape. Do you think it leads to rape? You were saying.
Yeah, it does. Like what I was saying, that obviously, when you fail to get a partner and then you're always accessing pornography, you need to obviously you're gonna want to imitate that. You want to do it, and then you don't have someone whom you wanna do it with. So you end up yes, exactly. You see maybe a young girl, maybe a 6-year-old or 9-year-old girl, then you are forcing her. Maybe you can try to bring her close through maybe a 1 rand or a 2 rand or a 5 rand note, 5 rand coin, and then at the end of the day, you force her. You force yourself into her, then obviously you are raping.
Messed up world we live in, eh? Okay, so one more, social media, internet dating. What do you think about that? Do you think it's safe to meet someone on social media and finally meet a person? Do you think it's actually safe to take that risk to say, hey, let's meet up?
According to me, I would say that to me it's not right, because obviously I have to see, to learn about the person's personality. I have to see a person in person, so that I get to understand you, I get to know you.
Because
so
people
obviously, if
do
you're gonna
mislead you,
if you're gonna just date through the internet, maybe you sending me pictures, me sending you pictures, of which maybe you might send me the wrong pictures of somebody else, of which then you're gonna send me of a wrong person, somebody else, not you.
yeah.
So by the time I have to meet the actual person, then maybe I might not be happy to seeing the actual person. So I would say this internet dating to me, it's not something that I'm quite comfortable with. I'm quite happy with.
Okay.
It's not right.
Thank you very much. You said a mouthful, man. Like, guys, this was one interesting conversation. I love this guy. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Are we getting fries? What do you think? What's your take on what's your definition of pornography?
Well, it's very simple. I'm just say living two people in a room. No.
Or more.
Nah, let me just say two.
Or
Okay, or more. It's like a sexual type of thing whereby just people just like want to dress in front of themselves and they just release their creative juices, like in terms of being like sexual active, and man, I think it's just like
creative juices. Okay. Do you, what effect do you think it has on our youth? Like whenever
mostly they just get exposed to ideas, and then they just sort of forget morals about like how life used to be like in the old days. They just get pregnant and just trade their futures and just just forget about humanity.
Let's talk about your experience. According to your experience with pornography and stuff, do you think it creates expectations in the bedroom?
Well, to some people, yeah, because as people we don't actually like we're not the same in terms of sexuality. So like some people might see like or might think that okay, I saw this on TV and I think this is what I expect from and then if you just do like the regular sex kind of thing, it just gets like boring.
Because now you're used to seeing these. Okay, thank you for Nakonyana.
Alright, no problem.
I hope I don't make you
No, not really.
Yeah.
Yatholakala mangala ngespeed shout out ikonkothizisho ngilolu hlanya olunama-visits kikilekiki wangena urapjizi wavumbuka epesi fosholo nepiki angisabambeki angisanamabriki yatholakala mangala ngespeed shout out ikonkothizisho ngilolu hlanya olunama-visits kikilekiki wangena urapjizi wavumbuka epesi fosholo nepiki angisabambeki angisanamabriki angisanamabriki. Gomorrah.